Multimedia artist Nakhane returns with a new hit, Killer, which is a bold reinterpretation of the Seal and Adamski classic Killer. Now, this release marks Nakhane's return to recording following their acclaimed 2023 album. Nakhane describes the song as a way of honoring our ancestors both by blood and practice. Now, they join us now to tell us more about the song and other projects as well. Nakhane, good morning. Welcome to Newzroom Afrika.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm well, thank you.
Thank you so much for having me.
You look very much awake. You say it's, what, 6:47 a.m. in London?
Yeah, well, I had to do some jumping jacks so I can look fresh for you guys.
I love it. Fantastic. Thank you so much. You do look fresh. Now, Nakhane, first and foremost, let's talk about Killer, this rendition. What does it represent for you?
Well, for me, it represents, well, coming back to music, because since my last album, I made a short film that went to, it's touring festivals right now, and it should be coming to South Africa soon. It's called Blind the Sacrifice. But I think one of the things that I like about this new single is that it's a reimagining of a song that already exists, right? And as somebody who's known as a songwriter, to come back with someone else's song, I think is a little brave and risky, because it's moving back, it's taking something that existed in the past and moving it into the present, and seeing if things have changed or not based on the message.
Incredible. So now, what is your earliest memory of Killer 25? And what is it about this particular song that appealed to you, more especially because I know I read somewhere that apparently you'd been told by your fans that they love your rendition, and it took you 6 years, 6 whole years to make it happen.
It took me 6 whole years to make it happen, because I was saying to my friend that when I finally finished it, that I have about 36 versions of the song. So I don't know if that means I'm a perfectionist or if I'm insane. It could be both, right? So that's one of the reasons, is that I like to make sure that things feel and sound right before I put them out there in the world. I think I read somewhere that there are 100,000 songs released on Spotify every day, right? So I always feel like if I'm going to put something out, it better have some significant meaning for me.
Yeah.
Right? So I don't, because I care for the music that I put out there. I care for all the work that I make that goes out there. And I think that's why sometimes it may take so long for people to hear back from me when I've put out something.
Yeah. And now you've not only just put out the song, but it's also accompanied by a music video. Could you tell us a little bit about the concept?
So the music video is coming out next week. I made it myself. It's like the cover of the single, the image is a self-portrait. And one of the things that I've been thinking about is being able to capture yourself, right, with a camera, and not be captured by someone else, to take control of your own story, to tell your story the way that you want to tell it, to own your body, to not be afraid of telling a story through your body, right? Because I think that a lot of us have been conditioned to be ashamed of our bodies, to be, particularly Black people, to be ashamed of our bodies, and also to be afraid of them, to always try to stifle them. And so when the video comes out next week, I hope that it gives people some sort of bravery about their own bodies and acceptance as well.
Fantastic. And what can we expect from you? Another book, another film?
Well, this year, I aim to release a single almost every 6 weeks.
Wow.
Don't hold me to that. Don't hold me to that.
I'm holding you to it.
But that's my plan, because I want to release a lot of singles this year, and I also want to, because I'm working on 2 albums at the same time, right? And I'm working on a feature as well, possibly 2 feature films. And I'm definitely going to be finishing my 2nd book, because I said the other day that if I'm not going to die until I've written 2 more books, at least.
Fantastic.
There could be more.
Do you have any idea what you want to write about?
Oh, I want to write about South Africans. I want to write about South African family. I want to write about love and betrayal. What I want is to is to dramatize the simplest of things, right? Because I feel like whenever people write about Africans in general, as a South African, is that it's always so dramatic and otherworldly. And our day-to-day lives are very rarely documented. And that's what I want.
All right. Tell us about your directorial debut and the film that you were involved with last year.
So the film is called Blind: The Sacrifice. And it's I guess we're using this word a lot today, but it's a reimagining of the Abraham and Isaac story, but from Isaac's point of view. But what I've done is that I've used that story as a jumping off point and then took off the spiritual meaning of it, the biblical meaning of it, and placed the people in the present. So it's a story about a Mposwa family that are nomads who are following a father who says that he hears from God. And then the son starts to get a little bit suspicious of the father's claims.
Wow, Nakhane, thank you so much for your time and congratulations on the release of this beautiful rendition. Thank you very much.
Killer 25 is out on all streaming platforms right now, so go and listen to it.